The Scorpion Takes a Bride, featuring Spider-Man, from a story by Tom DeFalco. While at high school, brilliant science student Peter Parker was bitten by a spider, which had accidentally been exposed to radioactive rays. Through a miracle of science, Peter found that he had gained the spider's powers and had, in effect, become the amazing Spider-Man. Peter, while still a student, freelances as a photographer for the Daily Bugle, published by the irascible J. Jonah Jameson. But no one knows, that Peter Parker is indeed Spider-Man, working on the side of law and order. On the roof of the 24-story First National Bank building in New York City, a gun battle is taking place. 3 professional hold-up men who have just robbed the bank are escaping by helicopter, firing down at the pursuing guards. On the top of a nearby building just a couple of blocks away, Spider-Man is quietly resting after his strenuous day. Well, strenuous for him. He had been hoping to snap a few interesting photographs to take back to the Daily Bugle as Peter Parker. But so far, it had been a bad day for photographs. The noise disturbs his thoughts, which is pretty easy to understand when you know his thoughts were small and the noise was big.
Well, what do you know? The villains are taking off in a high-tech whirlybird. What's happened to the good old days when I only had to chase souped-up motor cars? Hey, they're too far away from my webbing to reach. Only one thing to do. Perhaps I'll get a picture, too.
Throwing his web onto a nearby flagpole sticking out from the side of the building, Spider-Man swings on the end, then spinning around like a circular sling. Faster and faster and faster until he reaches an incredible speed. He lets go, flies through the air, getting closer to the helicopter, and then throws his web, which attaches itself to the machine's undercarriage.
Bingo! Those little thwifts are music to my shell-like ears. From here, it's by numbers. I'll just climb to the cockpit.
But, dear listeners, our hero is so taken by the rapture of the moment that he almost forgets a distant tea party. The bank-busting buddies have other ideas.
That web-slinger's hanging on to us about 50 feet down.
Great! We'll make mincemeat out of him. We'll shake him off.
Great! Go down between the buildings and knock him against the sides, eh?
Ace, take her down.
Hey, you guys are going too low.
How'd you like the ride, web slinger?
Okay, now take her up and swing him against that building there. Nearly got him that time. Hey, that was too close.
We're going down again, web slinger. We swat you like a fly on the wall.
And suddenly, the villains learn life the hard way, and that luck can't last forever.
We've hit a tower! We're falling! The rotor snapped! We're falling into the street!
And Spidey, he gets one of his wild ideas.
I can't let the helicopter hit the street. I've got to stop it.
And it's a very wild idea indeed. As he swings down below the helicopter, he throws his webbing crisscross from building to building. Then, landing on a huge truck below, he looks up and watches the crippled helicopter dropping closer and closer through the webbing, breaking it as it falls. Each web strand slowing it down a little more, but not enough to stop its plunge entirely. He hears the bank robbers panicking with fear and sees every rivet on the undercarriage. He stands on the truck, ready.
It's almost on top of me. Now I've got to catch it, and that is not going to be easy. Got it.
It's Spider-Man! He's got it!
And Spidey leaves the 3 terrified criminal hoodlums to the tender mercies of the populace and the police, and slings his web to climb back to his original position near the National Bank.
Now for the important bit. I left the automatic camera here, and the pictures it took should be worth a bundle. That's if I remembered to put a film in.
But things don't always go wrong. Usually, sure, but not always. And Spider-Man's next step is to that best-selling bastion of truth and integrity, the Daily Bugle newspaper office. The place seems a little different today. Everyone is clustered around in groups, whispering and grinning as if someone had forgotten to put their trousers on. Spider-Man, and now Peter Parker, checks on his own wearing apparel and walks into the main office.
Hey there, Betty.
Hi, Peter.
Say, what's all the whispering about? What's going on around here?
Nothing earth-shaking, Peter. It just has something to do with Mr. Jameson.
And what has our esteemed boss man done to deserve...
Hi, Peter. Is this a social call, or do you have the answer to an editor's prayer in that envelope you're clutching?
You're a mind reader, Mr. R. Wait till you see. Nothing too much, really.
As I thought, Peter. You're just making a social visit, and
yes,
you don't even...
it's just an exclusive shot of Spider-Man catching a falling helicopter in his bare hands in the middle of a crowded street.
Say that again.
Well, I know you're bored with pictures of Spidey.
Show it to me. Hey, I tell you what, son. I'll overlook my boredom just once. This picture's a sensation. Got page 1 written all over it.
Let's remember that when you write out my check, huh?
And as Peter Parker straightens his tie and preens himself and smiles at the world in general, a printer's messenger arrives in the office.
I got some printed stuff here for J. Jonah Jameson. Jonah Jameson, I got some stuff for him.
And as the messenger is directed to the big man's office, a sample of the printed stuff falls off the package onto the floor.
Hey, look what I found on the floor. Gather round, you news-hungry lads and lasses. Read this. Nobody's gonna scoop the Daily Bugle on this one.
What is it, Ben? What's it say?
Read for yourself, Betty. Here you are.
No. It's not possible.
What is it, Betty? Did someone catch Jameson with a smile on his face?
Could be. Especially if the announcement on this sample is true.
Read
Hey,
it.
come on, read
What is
it.
it?
Hey,
What is
come
it?
on, what's the flap anyway, huh?
Okay. Listen, everybody. It's a wedding invitation. Marla Madison and J. Jonah Jameson request the honor of your presence at their forthcoming marriage.
What?
Hey, you're kidding. Come on.
Well, how
Yeah.
about that? The old curmudgeon is finally taking the plunge.
So she's finally gonna make a respectable man out of him.
Yeah. Should we offer congratulations or condolences?
I don't know. That's a good
She must be
question.
crazy.
Meanwhile, in J. Jonah Jameson's 46th floor executive suite, the two lovebirds are safely ensconced away from the workers.
Jonah, my dear, are you as happy as I?
I don't know, Marla. How happy are you?
That's what I love about you, Jonah. Your knack for romantic small talk.
I'm a publisher, my dear, not a long-haired screen star.
That's the other thing I love about you, Jonah. No one can goggle like you.
It takes years of practice, Miss Sweet.
Have you invited your son John to the wedding yet?
I'm not sure he can make it, Mahler. You see...
Nonsense. You might as well not invite the minister. John is your own son. He must be there. And for the umpteenth time, take that cigar out of your mouth.
But I wasn't inhaling on it.
That's not the reason, Jonah. You can't kiss your future bride with a cigar in your mouth. This is the reason. Now, I'd better scamper, dear. I don't like to keep you from your work.
Are you kidding? Why do you think I'm marrying you? But goodbye, Mahler. See you soon.
Bye, darling.
Now, while this charming lovey-dovey has been going on, Peter Parker has slipped away and donned his Spider-Man outfit. Equipped with a bunch of red roses, he drops from the roof on a web strand and hangs somewhat ostentatiously upside down outside JJ's open window.
Hi there, JJ. Now you're alone, I can say it. Don't know what she sees in you.
What?
Some journalist you are. There's no such word as, what?
It's you, Spider-Man?
I always did envy you, your inspired repartee, JJ.
What are you doing hanging outside my window, huh?
I'm not. I'm in your office now. I've come to congratulate you on your wedding plans.
Next time, send a note.
Since you may not invite me, I can't kiss the bride, so I figured I'd do the next best thing.
And Spidey places a big kiss on JJ's nose, hands him the roses, and flies out of the window, leaving behind a very, very angry publisher.
You misbegotten, costumed cretin! I'll need a rabies shot after this.
The bouquet's for the bride. Don't sneak off and sell it.
Spidey might have stayed around longer, but he hates to see a grown man cry. Out in the office, Betty Brant switches the intercom through to JJ's office.
Mr. Jameson, are you there?
Where the blasted blowblazes you think I be? In Hong Kong or someplace?
I just wanted to tell you the chauffeur has brought your car and is waiting downstairs outside.
All right, I'm coming down it.
Wow. If he's this bad-tempered before the wedding, I sure pity the bride.
Of course, Betty is unaware that JJ's unfavorite person, Spider-Man, had just paid him a visit. And at that very moment, Spidey is swinging across the neighborhood, echoing his own thoughts.
I'm tempted to follow JJ's car and annoy him again, but he's got enough problems living with himself. Imagine waking up in the morning and being J. Jonah Jameson. Yuck! Oh, heck. He's not so bad. I guess he's not all that bad. He couldn't be. And what would I do with myself if I didn't have JJ to kick around? He's not evil or sinister. He can't help being a pompous stuffed shirt. He's always good for some laughs. Nuts. Why don't I level with myself? The worst thing about him is he doesn't like me. But he's been part of my life for so long.
And while Spidey is pondering and roof-hopping around the big city, J. Jonah Jameson is heading for a sanatorium in the suburbs. He's going to visit his son, John. John had once been one of the most brilliant astronauts the world has known. And now the poor guy's suffering from a pretty nasty mental breakdown following an unfortunate experience in space when... That's another story. Suffice to say, he is undergoing some pretty extensive treatment in Sherwood Nursing Home. J. Jonah Jameson arrives and speaks to John's specialist.
Good afternoon, Doctor.
Good to see you, Mr. Jameson. You're looking fit.
Oh, thank you. What about my son, Doctor? How is he? Is there any improvement?
Come on, we'll visit him together now. He has his good days and his bad days. His best, of course, when he's calm and relaxed and untroubled. Here's his room now. We can watch him through this window panel.
Jigsaw puzzles. He still just does jigsaw puzzles, huh?
He seems to find peace of mind doing them, Mr. Jameson.
Oh, it's so hard to see him like this. It just breaks my heart.
It shouldn't, Mr. Jameson. He's relatively content and well cared for. There's always the chance of a complete recovery.
I know, Doctor, but when I think of him this way and the way he was, so bright, so competent, so heroic.
Anyway, let's go in. He's waiting for you.
Hello, son.
Dad, what a pleasure to see you.
I'll go and leave you two alone now.
How's it going, John? Are they taking good care of you?
Sure, Dad. No complaints. I've got a lot of jigsaws and...
When did you start on this jigsaw craze, son?
I don't know. Didn't seem much else to do. You know, Dad, it's a funny thing, but they remind me of my life. So many pieces don't fit together.
Yeah, I understand, son. I'm Now, John, I've come here to tell you something.
What is it, Dad? You look so serious.
Oh, no, nothing bad. In fact, it's good news. I'm going to get married again to Marla Madison.
Oh, hell.
John, what's the matter?
You know what's the matter. She'll come between us. You know she will. Just like some things always come between us.
John, you've ruined your puzzle.
I told you it reminds me of my life.
I don't know what to say, son.
Then don't say anything. I don't talk much anymore. Now go home.
But, son...
Go on, get out.
Hello, Doctor. You heard?
Sorry, it didn't go too well this time.
Oh, it was my fault, Doctor. He wasn't ready for the news yet. I should have realized it.
You mustn't feel guilty about your wedding, Mr. Jameson. You have your own life to lead.
I know, but I can't bear to see him that way.
I'll come to your car with you, Mr. Jameson. We'll look after him. He'll have the best possible care.
I'll be back, Doctor. I'll think of something. I have to. Goodbye, Doctor.
Goodbye, Mr. Jameson. Don't worry.
Don't worry, the man says. Jonah would have a fit if he knew what was in store. Just above the hospital exit where Jonah has been speaking to the doctor, a figure has been watching everything from a cell window. He's a sinister, evil-looking creature. Yellow eyes, pointed ears, a hard mouth set in a bony face. Not a hair on his head or chin. He's in a straitjacket and is known as one of the most dangerous men in the world. He's talking to himself.
So J. Jameson came to visit his son, did he? Yeah. His son plays with puzzles. Well, I, Mac Gargan, wear a souped-up straitjacket. Huh. But that will soon change. And how it will change. It is Jameson's fault I'm locked up here. That's why he's gonna pay. He hired me for that experiment to make me more powerful than Spider-Man. He wanted me to rid him of that web spinner. But I became too powerful, too deadly. I became the Scorpion. And now it's almost time for I, Mac Gargan, alias the Scorpion, to sting again. Ready for your therapy session, Mac? Ready for anything, so long as I ain't paying for it. Now, you know the payments are all taken care of, Mac. Sure. All the highest paid shrinks, all the care I need. Someone is sure taking an interest in Mac Gargan. There's people in higher places trying to help you, Mac. You should appreciate it. Let's get on with the therapy. Now, the first thing we need...
Therapy? There's as much chance of helping the Scorpion as there was of curing Dracula with a milkshake. Later that night, when most of the Sherwood nursing home is quiet and asleep, one stupid attendant unlocks Mac Gargan's cell door.
Hi, Mr. Gargan. I brought you some coffee and cigarettes and a paper.
That's nice of you, Frank.
Oh, no. You're the one who's nice, letting me visit you like this. It's made me a real big shot with my friends. They're always asking me about the famous Scorpion. I'll light the cigarette for you.
Now, what do you tell them, Frank?
Oh, you know what a great guy you are, and how you let me come and visit you, and how you tell me all the way out things you've done.
Yeah.
And how I'm the only one who's allowed to come and read you the paper.
What are you going to read me tonight?
Here's something interesting in the Daily Bugle. Jonah Jameson, its publisher, is getting married. Well, what do you know? He was here a few hours ago. He came to see us.
Shut up. I've heard enough. This is what I've been waiting for.
Mr. Gargan, you've never talked to me like that before. What do you mean it's what you've been waiting for? Hold it. What are you doing?
You'll soon find out.
I hate to do this, Mr. Gargan, but I got my orders. If you get out of hand, I gotta shoot a tranquilizer dart at you.
Out of hand? You simpering fool. You don't begin to suspect the raw powers you're facing. See how easily I get out of this straitjacket, and now...
Oh! You shouldn't do that, Mr. Gargan. I thought we were friends.
Friends? Friends? The Scorpion has no friends. You really thought that toy tranquilizer gun would stop me?
Ouch!
So you've been telling everybody what a great guy I am, huh? So knowing the celebrity makes you a big shot, huh? Well, I'm going to give you something to really talk about. Here, creep, how's this for a starter, huh?
You ripped off the padded steel doors with your bare hands.
Yeah, now get up. You're going to do something for me.
Anything, Mr. Gargan, anything.
My Scorpion costume, I want it. Show me where it is now, you creep.
Mr. Gargan, sure. Follow me down to the basement.
Lead the way, punk.
Sure. It's down here. It won't be any good, though. It's locked in that vault behind 2 feet of solid steel.
Good. I'm glad.
Glad?
Yeah. It's nice to know they took good care of it.
He's torn the vault open, and he's putting on his Scorpion costume.
Now's my chance to get away. He won't hurt me. We're friends.
The man doesn't know what's hit him. All it took was one electromagnetic blast from the scorpion's tail. Gargan, now the scorpion, does not have friends.
All this time I waited for the right minute, and now it's here. Now I know just what I've got to do, and I've got the power to do it.
Dear listeners, you have probably guessed that John Jameson, son of J. Jonah Jameson, is the scorpion's next target. And he won't let a little thing like a sanatorium door stop him.
Surprise, Jameson.
What's happening? Who are you? I don't know.
You're lucky, John Jameson. I may not kill you yet.
The ex-astronaut tries to resist, but there's no way the scorpion can be stopped. Within seconds, John is helpless and tightly bound and trussed up, completely at the mercy of the scorpion.
I'm taking you away from here, John Jameson. You're my prisoner.
You can't. You'll never make it. 3 floors up and a high wall outside. You'll never do it.
Won't make it, eh? Guess you'd never heard about the scorpion's catapulting tail, huh?
And the scorpion scoops John up in his arms and jumps through the window, down to the ground, and bounces over the sanatorium wall. In seconds, they're gone. Now, while all this caper has been going on, Spidey, or if you prefer, Peter Parker, is back at the Daily Bugle office with the rest of the newshounds awaiting the arrival of the boss man, J. Jonah Jameson. The newsroom door opens, and the great man enters.
Surprise!
Hey, Mr. Jameson, that's great news. That's really wonderful. Great.
What's going on here, huh?
Hope you don't mind, Jonah. The staff wanted to wish you luck with your marriage in their own way.
Mind? You kidding, Robbie? I love parties, provided they don't last too long.
Sure, he may have to pay overtime.
And you've all had your invitations to the wedding, huh?
Yeah. That's great.
Great, Mr. Jameson. What say you, Peter?
I haven't got an invitation.
What? Well, maybe it was lost in the post.
Sure, Peter, that must be it. Anyway, JJ himself wants to say something.
Oh, okay, folks. Anyone with deadlines is welcome to get back to work now.
You're all heart, Mr. J.
Oh, Peter, my boy.
Yes, Mr. Jameson?
I hope you don't think I've forgotten about you.
Hmm?
It wouldn't be a wedding without you.
It wouldn't?
No. I insist that you come and bring your camera.
You want me to work?
Oh, shame on you. Would I be so mean? No, I just want you to meet my personal photographer. We can all learn, eh, boy? Even me. Well, perhaps.
Where's Mr. Jameson?
What's happening?
It's the police, Mr. Jameson. Police officers.
Oh, hello, you guys. Heard about the wedding, huh? Sure you get invitations, and thanks so good for the boys in blue, huh?
It's not that, sir.
Then, what is it?
The scorpion, sir. He's escaped, and he's captured your son.
What, John? Oh, no! What happened? Where? How?
Suddenly, Peter Parker knows his little break is over, and that danger is ahead. Big danger. Especially since the Scorpion can be even more powerful than Spider-Man. So Peter leaves the newsroom, jumps into his Spider-Man clothing, and starts to search the city from one end to the other. But there's no trace of the Scorpion or his captive.
He's taken cover somewhere. I'll have to wait until he comes out. Meantime, I'd better check on Jonah's apartment. That's the street where Jonah lives. Cops guarding every inch of the place. Well, they won't stop me.
And Spidey eludes all the guards in true Spidey fashion. Crawls down an air vent into JJ's private apartments, which is a very scary thought, because if the guards can't stop Spidey, how can they stop the Scorpion? Now, what does Spidey hear from the calm comfort of the air vent? He hears JJ and his bride-to-be anxiously talking to Captain of Detectives, Jean DeWolf.
But, Captain, the Scorpion's a killer. He's super strong, and he hates Jonah so much.
We know that, Mahler, but there's nothing more that can be done.
But, Jonah, dear, you could hide where he can't find you.
He's safer here, Miss Madison. All our police resources are at your disposal. If you run and the Scorpion finds you, you haven't got a chance.
But you know the Scorpion, and
A gnat couldn't get in here unseen. Half the cops in the precinct have this place staked out.
In any case, Mahler, I can't run. There's my son John to think about. Maybe I can bargain for his freedom. Anyway, this is no place for you, darling. Isn't that right, Captain?
Yes, it would be better for you to leave, Miss Madison. There's a lot of preparations to make. My men will see you safely home.
I still feel I shouldn't leave him.
Come on, ma'am. There's nothing more you can do here.
Very well. Goodbye for the present, Jonah, darling.
Are you sure she'll be all right, Captain?
Of course she will. We both know it is you the Scorpion is after.
Meanwhile, while Spidey was planning his next move, the Scorpion was carrying his victim down in the ooze and slime of the city sewers.
Still think I can't get away with it, mister? There's nothing Mac Gargan the Scorpion can't do. Once I'm in the Scorpion suit, I'm the strongest there is, the deadliest there is. No one can stop me. Nothing can stand in my way.
You're a madman.
Mad? Look, Jonah Jameson's son. You are the one trussed up in a straitjacket now. I'm the one that's got it all figured out. I am the one with a plan. A plan of revenge. First, I'll hang you up on this hook like a trussed chicken. There you stay, hanging around there for a while because I owe someone a real big debt. And the Scorpion always pays people back with interest. You know who I'm talking about, don't you? Yeah, your father. I'm going for him now.
Wait, you can't.
Shut up, Sonny, and save your breath. You'll need it when I get back.
And leaving John suspended from the hook down in the sewer, the Scorpion heads for Marla Madison's apartment. One thing you gotta say for this guy, he isn't a time waster. And at Marla's apartment, it's heavily guarded by police. In fact, just at the time of the Scorpion's uninvited arrival. Incidentally, he came the unconventional way by climbing up the inside of the lift shaft. The sergeant in charge was talking on the radio to Captain DeWolf.
Yep, everything's quiet here at Marla Madison's apartment. No trouble at all. Okay, we'll keep in touch. Over. Say, she's real worried about this Scorpion guy.
It's the Scorpion! Now look, he smashed the lift door in and he...
Never mind now. Grab your gun. We've got to stop him. Hey, you, halt, or we shoot.
You gotta be joking. You can't stop the Scorpion.
It's the Scorpion! In here, quick! Shoot him, Hill! Get back, Miss Madison!
Oh, my God. It's awful.
Get the laser blaster.
Got it, Sergeant. Step aside, Miss Madison. This'll stop him.
How can you be sure?
Nothing stops the Scorpion.
Hold it, Scorpion!
It's not stopping him.
Nothing stops me, and I'm coming for J. Jameson's bride. I want revenge. Revenge!
It's only fair to tell you at this stage what is happening to Spider-Man while all this is going on. Knowing most of the police power is guarding Jolly Jonah, he figures that Marla Madison is a very vulnerable lady, so he plays a hunch. Spidey plays a lot of things, but he always plays hunches best. So he web swings his way across town at breakneck speed towards Marla's apartment, arriving just as the Scorpion is about to make off with JJ's intended.
Back off, Scorpy. The lady's got a headache.
Spider-Man.
Nice to see you, Longtail.
You fool, Spider-Man. You've saved me the trouble of hunting you down. Take this, idiot.
Hey, watch it, Scorpy. That was close.
You haven't got a chance against my power.
No. Listen, Big Mouth. If I only fought easy things, I'd spend my life tangling with Snoopy or the Muppet. Though they're a lot more laughs than you.
Don't let one lucky blow go to your head, web slinger. You can't dodge the blast from my tail forever.
Who's dodging? You're so stupid, the safest place for me is where you're aiming. Now you did it, Scorpy. You hit the fuse box and kiboshed the lights. There's nothing worse than a clumsy bad guy.
Spidey figures he can afford to crow because his spider sense will give him the advantage in the now completely darkened room. But Spidey figures wrong. The Scorpion can use his tail blast to light the place up whenever he wants to, so he has to move pretty fast between blasts. But it isn't easy. Each time Spidey hits, it hurts his fist more than the Scorpion's face. The Scorpion is the stronger of the two, and he knows it. The only time Spidey gets a breath is when the Scorpion's tail stops for a second and everything is dark. Then his Spidey sense gives him an advantage, but not much. He starts to think that getting Marla Madison out of the room is top priority.
Try and get to the door, lady, while I keep this long tail busy.
No, you don't, madam. I've got plans for you.
Hey! I really felt that!
Don't know what's keeping you going, wall crawler.
Get to that door, lady! The door!
No, lady. I'm not done with you yet.
Marla Madison is lucky. Only her arm is grazed by the Scorpion's blast, but it's enough to lay her out cold on the floor. At this stage of the proceedings, even Spidey is beginning to wish he had a quiet appointment elsewhere, like the dentist. But it doesn't take a genius to know what he does next. Just time to grab Marla Madison in a moment of darkness and leap out of the window with her. Naturally, the Scorpion spots him as he ducks out with the lady.
Come back here, you chicken-livered yellow belly.
It's hard to resist such a warm invitation, but I'll force myself.
I'm coming after you, web-slinger. There's no place you can go where I can't follow.
Boy, you sure take the fun out of web-slinging.
Spidey wishes he was as cool as he tries to sound, but carries on web-slinging away. Now, for those of you who feel dizzy by the thought of the chase high up over the rooftops, let's see what's happening way down below. First of all, let's go to J. Jonah Jameson's apartment.
Captain, I don't like it. I tried phoning Marla's place 3 times and I can't get an answer.
Impossible, Mr. Jameson. She's there with my men. I'll radio. Maybe the phone's out of order. That's funny. There must be some explanation. I'm sure everything is perfectly all right.
Oh, yeah? I believe in fairies, too.
We'll send a team of patrol cars straight away and check it out quick.
But JJ is doing some heavy-duty thinking and goes into his private study.
Oh, this is crazy. Marla could be in danger and I'm hanging around here like some gutless wimp. Maybe it's not so crazy. Maybe I am a gutless wimp. The police have their job to do and are doing the best they can, but I got something to do and it's high time I did it.
There's one thing about old JJ. When he makes his mind up to do something, he does it. He knows the cop in the hall guarding him will discourage him from doing his own thing. So out into the hall he runs.
Hey, you cops! In my study, the Scorpion is in there!
We'll get him, Mr. Jameson. Come on, you guys. This is it. Let's go. Can't see him. Take care. It might be an ambush.
And once JJ gets a good idea, he likes to go through with it. So outside the apartment, he does it again.
Hey! You! Cops! The Scorpion's upstairs! Came through the window!
We got men on the roof.
He got past them! They need you up there! Quick! Quick!
Okay, let's go. You stay around and look after Mr. Jameson.
Okay, Bernie, don't worry. I won't let him out of my sight. Just stay cool, Mr. Jane. You'll be all... Oh, Mr. Jane, where are you? What's happened? Holy cow, he's got Mr. Jameson.
Now, while JJ has been doing his vanishing act and found a friendly and expensive taxi driver to take him to Marla's place, other things have been going on. I refer to John Jameson, who, you will recall, was left hanging around trussed up in the sewer. He doesn't like the situation one little bit, and he spent a long time trying to get off the hook.
Nearly. Oh, I did it! I backed myself off. But I'm still helpless with this straitjacket on. I gotta get it off somehow. Over there, that jacket concrete. That's the answer. Just keep rubbing, no matter how it hurts.
You gotta hand it to the guy. He scrapes off painful slivers of skin along with the jacket, but he doesn't stop. And finally he breaks out and runs up into the street above, trying to get to his father. Meanwhile, Spider-Man has his problems too. Apart from the handicap of carrying Marla Madison over the rooftops hotly pursued by a hungry Scorpion, the aforementioned Scorpion has joined the Dirty Tricks Department. He tears out a great slab of concrete and hurls it at Spidey and his lady passenger.
This'll stop you.
Spidey knows that if he dodges it, it will fall on the crowded street below. Either by quick thought or reflex action, he manages to kick the slab into little pieces, which fall harmlessly to the street below, and, would you know, attracts a great deal of attention down there. JJ in his taxi sees the event too, and realizes that Spider-Man is landing on a roof above, with Marla in his arms.
Hey, Marla, she's waking up. If I place her on this roof, at least I won't have to fight the Scorpion with my arms full.
Oh, Spider-Man. What happened? Did we...
No time for an instant replay, lady. Just get down those stairs fast to the street level and don't stop for anything.
But you... What...
I am going to deal with that green-tailed Scorpion. Now go, lady, please, now! Come on, Scorpion. Now it's just the two of us.
I'm ready for you, Spider-Man. Ah! Ouch! I can always beat you. You know why? You can't stand by and see innocent people get hurt. Me? I couldn't care less. Look!
And the Scorpion gives an electromagnetic tail blast which breaks the cornice off the edge of the building. Spidey realizes that he has to prevent it falling on the crowded street below, so breaks off the fight to web it together before it crashes down.
You can't let go till you shore that up. I'll just go down to the street and get JJ's bride while you are busy here, and there's no way that you can help her.
And all Spidey can do is watch events while he webs the building up. And below, the Scorpion grabs Marla just as JJ arrives on the scene.
I've got you now, lady. It's all over for you.
Marla, it's me, Jonah. I'm here. I'll save you.
Jameson, just who I wanted to see.
Run, Jonah!
No, Marla. Let her go, Gargon. She's done nothing. You mustn't hurt her.
I can do anything. I'm the Scorpion. But you're the one who turned me into a freak. You're the one who's going to pay first.
Pay? I've been paying for years. Who do you think paid for your treatment at the sanatorium, huh? I even set up a fund to help your victims.
So it was you.
I know I was responsible years ago. That's why I pay whatever it takes.
Fool. Money can't get you off the hook. You made me a freak. What's the price for that, Jameson? Money means nothing. With my strength, my power, I can take anything I want. And now I want your life, Jameson, your life. And the life of anyone you care about, starting with her.
Run, Jonah. Leave me. You can still get away.
No, it's me he wants. He'll let you go now that he's got me. Isn't that right, Gargon?
No, I won't leave you, Jonah.
Marla!
Meantime, what about John Jameson? Well, he arrives on the scene, too, at that very moment, hears what's going on, and realizes his father and Marla's love is strong enough, and that they are prepared to give their lives for each other.
Get away from them, Scorpion!
Jonah!
Well, if it ain't the prodigal son. Come here. Perfect. I got you all, just what I wanted. I'll be a nice guy, Jameson. I'll give you a choice. One of them can live. The other's got to die.
No!
It's up to you who lives, who dies. The lady or your creepy son. Come on, I ain't got all day. Which one dies?
Me! Take me! I'm the one you want. Marla and John have done nothing to you. Nothing. Please don't hurt them. Take me.
That's what I want to hear. That's what I need. Beg. It's music to my ears.
Please!
You're more stupid than you look. You think I'd let anyone leave here alive. But maybe I'll save you till last. I'm the Scorpion. I got the power of life and death. And this is where I'm going to use it. Ah! My eyes! I can't see. I can't see.
In fact, the Scorpion has been so occupied with the Jameson family, he's forgotten about Spider-Man, who arrives at a timely moment and throws a web over the Scorpion's eyes.
My eyes! I can't see!
That's the idea, dummy. You folks get away, quick.
Come on. Now's our chance.
Surprised, Scorpy? You didn't think it would take me forever to shore up one little wall, did you?
Keep running! And don't stop for anything!
It's just you and me now, Scorpy. Isn't that cozy?
It ain't fair. I can't see through your crummy webbing.
Hey, you talk about fair. Hold still, playmate. I'll get the webbing off. A few solid thumps to your jaw ought to loosen it.
Don't bother, funny man. I did it. It was only stuck to my mask.
Ah! Now I know why you wore a mask. Where do you buy those ugly pills?
You won't be talking much longer.
You have to be faster than that to swat a spider.
It don't make sense. I'm stronger than you. How do you keep going?
'Cause you're slower than me. Mentally, too, knothead.
Spidey quite enjoys a fight, but in this case knows the Scorpion's the stronger. Only one solution. Keep him on the offensive. Let him use his own strength to wear himself out, and pray he doesn't connect before it's all over. But Spider-Man is getting tired too, and conjures up one final desperate effort. Knows it has to be good, and it is.
Wow! Well, I hate to fight and run, but since we've shared so many intimate moments together, Scorpion, I'll just truss you up in a web and leave you to the law.
And below, Marla, JJ, and Son knew it was all over.
Oh, Jonah, if anything had happened to you...
It's over now, Marla. We're safe. You okay, John?
Sure, Dad. And you, Marla?
Yes, John. Oh, hello, Captain. You got the Scorpion?
Yes, Miss Madison, he's trussed up pretty well.
What about Spider-Man?
What about him, Mr. Jameson? He stopped a bank robbery, saved a few lives, and delivered the Scorpion to us. And he's not even on the payroll.
Now that's Spider-Man's favorite kind of captain. Flattering. As Jonah's wedding day rolls around, Spidey has the bright idea of ribbing him a little, like before. But when he gets to the window, he hears what's going on between old JJ and his son. He feels the time is not quite right for fun and games.
You sent for me, Dad.
Yes, John, I wanted to have a talk with you before the ceremony.
Sure. Whatever you say.
No, son, it's whatever you say. Things haven't always been perfect between us. I want to change that.
There's nothing to change. Hey, Dad, you never could tie a bow tie. Let me.
Oh, well, thanks, son. About my marriage to Mahler, son, I love her, John, you know.
Yes, Dad, I do know. And I know you'll both be good for each other.
Oh, it isn't as if you mean any less to me, son. You know how I feel about you.
I do now. I should have known all the time.
You had problems before, John, but you're on the road to recovery now. I wanted to tell you, I wish that one day you'll find someone like Marla, someone who'll make you happy as she makes me. I love you, son, and don't you ever forget it.
I love you too, Dad. Maybe I never realized how much till now. Something else, too. I'm proud of you, Dad. You're the best, and always will be.
John, my son.
Jonah, sorry to break in on, but it's time. Everyone's waiting for the groom.
Coming, Robbie. And so is my best man. Come on, son.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to see the marriage.
Well, that's about it. It must be true love, because no one ever thought that old JJ would foot the bill for so many guests. Marla, she looks terrific, and Jonah looks no worse than usual. Anyone who's anyone is there. One last thing, perhaps you shouldn't know this, but as the ceremony finally starts, nobody has more tears trickling down his cheeks than your old friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Well, if a grouchy old man like JJ can find love, there's hope for us all.